Welcome once again guys in my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to teach to you on how to set the defrost parameter of this Dixell XR06CX. And under here, the defrost, we have the parameter TD. TD stands for defrost type, and we have electrical, and in is for hot gas, while EL stands for electrical. And the currently installed here is chiller, and this fan motor here is load for the defrost heater, which is the terminal number 7. And here we have a chiller and we have a freezer. Okay, under the TD we gonna use electrical for TD under freezer, and in chiller some unit use in, which is the hot gas, but in most cases chiller doesn't have defrost heater, so what they set there is time defrosting or fan defrosting. But since this a XR06CX, it has a parameter for defrost heater. For the DE, DE stand for defrost termination temperature, and the set value is 8 degrees Celsius. For freezer, no problem with this, and no problem with the chiller for 8 degrees Celsius, because once the evaporator sensor sense that the evaporator is now in 8 degrees Celsius, the 20 minutes you set in the MDF doesn't continue. If evaporator is now in 8 degrees Celsius, it doesn't continue what is the value you put on MDF, which is the maximum length of defrost. So I do not recommend guys to disable the P2 sensor for freezer. For chiller you may disable this, but if you use hot gas, do not disable. Okay, so that's not our topic, but we proceed in defrost parameter. And after that, the ID, which is the interval between the defrost cycle, is we have a 6 default. So for chiller you can use 6 defrosting, 6 hours, 24 divided by 6 is you have 4 interval defrosting. So for freezer use 4 hours or 3 hours. If you frequently experiencing ice buildup, use 3 hours. And for the max length of defrost, the default here is 30, but you can use 20, or same with the chiller, you can use 20 minutes. As I've said a while ago, we have the, if you did not change the P2 here, we have a default of yes here, because if you set no for that, this evaporator sensor is not active and your defrosting will be count by time, not by temperature. So I hope that is clear for you guys. But for freezer, never set P2 to N. So let's go back here, and after the ID we have the MD, which is the maximum length of defrost. And then next is DD, start delay defrosting, 0. Okay, just put 0 here. And then let's proceed guys in the DF, display during defrosting. Okay, under that the default is IT, and IT is start defrosting, and we gonna start defrosting. Example, the unit defrost at 5.7, the 5.7 here will appear. Okay, and the commonly used for display defrosting is DF, and if you use RT stands for real temperature. If the defrost start, what is the real temperature will be shown. For example, you start at 5.9, and since the evaporator is active, it sense, and the room temperature also sense that the room cabinet is going to rise up. This will gonna happen, so whatever the value will reveal. So that is the real temperature, and the SP is set point. Okay, we're gonna use that. And right now, what is, let's enter that. Set and down button for 3 seconds, then another set and down button for 7 seconds, and I'm gonna show you on how to do it. Okay, let's proceed to defrost parameter, TD, set. Now this is electrical. For freezer, set it to electrical. If you are in chiller and the design is hot gas, just use hot gas. If electrical, just use electrical. Then set. Then DE stand for defrost termination temperature. Set is being set to default. If you want to use 5 or negative, if you want to use -5 here for freezer, just go ahead and let's set this to +8, which is the default set. And then the ID for freezer, set 3 to 4 hours, but for chiller you can use that for 6 hours defrosting. And the ND, which is the length of defrost, just press OK. This is premature, guys. Do not use 7. Okay, it's being programmed by unlearned people. They set it to 7. Minimum, guys, for the defrosting is 15. Regardless of IDE you choose, make your minimum to 15 minutes, but ideally just set it to 20, then press set. And once the evaporator sensor is not being disengaged, the counting 20 minutes will not going to happen, because once the evaporator sensor sense that the evaporator is now in 8 degrees Celsius, it will cut the 20 minutes defrosting. And next is the display during defrost, and let's proceed to that. Set is being set to PE. Another is set point, IT, RT. Okay, last is RT. So RT is real time. We're gonna set the real time here. I'm gonna show you real time. Okay, we will deploy the defrost and take a look. 5 degrees Celsius, and let's start. And we have a load here. It will spin. Let's engage. There. See, 3.5 appear here. 3.4. So that is the RT, guys. Okay, for DT, just set it to 0. DT dripping time. Okay, 6 minutes. You can use 2 minutes for dripping time, or 3 minutes ideally. Then just set to memorize. And for the DP stand for defrost at power on, just set it to N. But if you want to use that, okay, I'm gonna show you, but the default is no. Then just press and take a look. I'm going to restart this and take a look what happened. Okay, it says here the defrost at power on, and I'm going to power on and let's see if we're gonna defrost. There. My rule for the defrost engage, defrosting at power on. Kung bago sa aking channel guys, pag-support po ako sa pamamagitan ng subscribe at pag-click na rin yung notification bell para updated ka just in case na meron tayong bagong upload na video. Maraming salamat sa panonood. Until next time, God bless.